Morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Just a reminder, everything we're about to do is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds, and this is strictly just used to demo and paper trade. Should be able to see my charts now. And let's get at it. So as of right now, we actually just had an activation, so we'll see how this goes. We have a short that was just activated on the ES, simultaneously also on the NQ. What I'm doing right now is showing you what the average moves looks like. Again, so 65 handles or 260 ticks on the NQ, 16.5 handles or 66 ticks on the ES. The US 30, unlike the ES and NQ, actually had a short earlier and it played out for 54 points. The average is 105, so it's right at our 50% point that we talk about. Can shrink the stop loss a little bit. And then there was a new activation as well if you missed it, but we're still in this initial position. For the SQ, it's currently neutral. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. The SQ on the right side of my screen is neutral. We use this as a inverse correlation to the index features. So as of right now, it's just saying that it's neutral. So it's not much help. So I'm going to leave my, it's not really a good drawn end though at the moment. Let me put this back over here. And then give me 1 second. I realized that I need to tag everybody just to make sure that everyone on the Discord side knows where we're at. If you guys can just give me 1 second. There we go. I'm still here. I'm just tagging everybody. We don't want people to miss the stream. All right, I'm good. And then True Algo members, or just everyone watching, we're adding more and more confirmations that just happened on that candle. So the SPY, this is the non-futures version of the ES, just put in a bearish confirmation. The QQQ just put in a bearish confirmation. The Russell just put in a new bearish confirmation. The Russell was bearish confirmed over here earlier. This is the average move on the Russell, so we're still in this idea, but if you missed that one, then now you're in this one. Can shrink the stop down a little bit. Stop is too wide. Average win is 116 points on Russell. And then I'll do this really quick as we're getting closer to the release. Right now, Amazon is neutral. You can't open any options plays yet. So what we're watching for is to see how the bigger stock tickers can help influence the index features. Apple is neutral. Microsoft is neutral. And the only one who's confirmed bearish right now, or confirmed anything, is NVIDIA on the right side of our screen. But everything else is currently neutral. Gold, very easy for anyone who's going to keep asking. You are red on red, which just means short city, and the shorts have been absolutely glorious. We actually had shorts even all the way up to here, up at 33.25, and now new bearish confirmations below the box. Red on red, red on red, and just going. Same thing with silver. So, but if anyone asks, the only thing we're doing is looking for lower for gold and for silver. Oil in a new bearish confirmation an hour ago, and this is what we're looking for. It's already gone 50% of the average, and now it's in retracement. So this should be taking you out at break even if you didn't take any profit at the 50% point, and the potential that we could flip into a new position here on oil. DXY right now is confirmed bullish. So statistically speaking, this means that DXY wants to push upwards for the news release that we're about to have in 9 minutes. And so that's something to be keeping an eye on. That would help the indexes right now that are confirmed bearish. So DXY is confirmed bullish using our system. The euro, unfortunately, is not confirmed bearish. We need the euro to be confirmed the opposite. So the euro is not a valid play to take. And let me go over to the pound. We're looking for bearish confirmations below a box. Right now, the euro had a bullish confirmation above a box. Morgs, I see what you're saying, but I'll get to crypto in just a second. And the Forex side, the pound is confirmed bearish. So this is statistically saying that we should have a bearish PCE here shortly. Crypto folks, we are still in active shorts on ETH. So Morgs, if you're still watching, and we're looking to get ETH all the way down to almost a 2% move in our favor. And then Bitcoin had a short activation earlier, and right now it's in retracement. Tether is at a neutral position for the ideas on crypto. And that's it, man. And that's what we have going forward. If you guys need any reminders or need to know about anything, please let me know. But as of right now, this is what we're watching. If you're worried about the news release taking your position or anything like that, then just set your stop to break even or at the stop loss point, which is on the other side of our box, and then just move on. Don't let the things stress you out. The goal here is to be as mechanical as possible going into this release. And then Morgs, or anyone who's on the crypto side, of all the asset classes, crypto and oil are going to be the two that don't really budge much here for the release. So don't stress about if you're going to miss the move. You're going to have plenty of time. NVIDIA plays going a little bit better now. And then we have the release here in 6 minutes. And also, regardless of the PCE release, everybody, I'll be on for New York Open as well if you'll hang out with us. So if you need help getting into that New York Open, we'll be here to help you. Trying to take a sip of my drink. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Any questions you guys have, let me know. Not much to say now until the next candle closes and the release happens. If there's any specific assets or anything you want to see, you can let me know too. Because we got a bunch of time now. Man, gold just powered down. True Algo members, the last price target I have is 32.55 on gold. We don't even have boxes down there anymore. Again, just that red on red has been so helpful. I mean, it's a $45 move on a gold now from up here. $42 move, shorts on gold. Huge wins on silver too. Try to see if the Aussie has anything as well. Aussie should be similar to the pound and the euro, that they should be bearishly confirmed. It looks like the Aussie might have hit support at our box. It's like as we're waiting for the system to load, if there's a box here, that's why they're taking profit down there at the low. Except for I broke it just now. Try this again. Hey Jeff, hope you're doing well, bud. Hope the weather down on your side is great. So yep, you guys see this right now. The boxes have loaded up on the Aussie, and shorts played out beautifully from our day box, and then straight to take profit. So if people tried to short the low or thinking that we were going to go sweep some type of liquidity, fill some type of gap, you hit that True Algo box, and then now it's pushed up. So that's another conflict on the Forex side too, that only the pound is the one that's still in its active bearish confirmation. Got some retracement now into the ideas. Milton, right now, all the index futures are in a bearish confirmation. They're retracing right now. The stocks are all neutral except for NVIDIA. NVIDIA's confirmed bearish. And then if you're worried about the release or anything like that, then just wait for this candle to close before doing any type of action. But as of right now, these are valid ideas. DXY is confirmed bullish as well, just sort of to help the potential shorts play out. All of our cryptos in a bearish confirmation as of right now, and they're retracing. You're welcome. Oh, I'm like adding my own little sound effects. I appreciate it, Antonio. It's a habit. I'll start like snapping my fingers and stuff like that too. I think it's our way of like awkwardly creating our own conversation. Whole lot of short things, man. Could fill the gap too. The PCE news release doesn't usually push price too aggressively, so just be prepared, everyone, to be bored if this current candle that's about to print here in 3 minutes doesn't move very much, and then we have to wait for New York to bring the actual volatility. PCE is not as high a news event release. Same thing with yesterday during the, what was it, GDP. They are red folder events, but they're not too strong, statistically speaking. See gold True Algo members getting to level 6 on the daily system after already getting short long ago from the weekly system. I hear you, man. Any questions or anything you guys have, you can ask at any point. Don't be shy. We don't talk as much as some of the other places because we don't sit on that 1 minute time frame or 3 minute time frame where we're building stress and trying to force positions. So we try to be more what real trading is long term in the markets, where you just got to be patient. You got to wait for candles to close. You have to wait for your setups to hit versus trying to force setups or try to be flashy on YouTube or any type of streaming thing. The thing you see right now with this live stream, this is what we do every day for members to help them throughout the New York sessions. And we're going to be adding Asia sessions here in the future and a London session every now and then, just to try to help other people at different times of the day. Just depends on our schedules. But we do try to live stream almost every single day for members. And True Algo members, we actually had another macro gold alert go off that we had from Sunday's stream. We do have that video tutorial section when you first join, Adam. We tag you for a reason, but it's here to help you, bud. Any questions you have as you work through stuff over the weekend too, just reach out. Be here to assist. Just about to have that news release, everybody, right now in retracement on the initial idea. Current retracement is 53, average is 95. We also give you like what the average retracement that's expected. Current retracement is 13. There's a news release. You'll see that the volatility won't be too high. See how the candle's not very big? But it would be nice if they would just push the shorts down. We did just get a new low on the ES shorts. You can check over here. New low on SPY. Not a new low yet on QQQ. The Russell did have a little spike again, guys, right side of our screen. You see this big green box because we've been trending through the True Algo system. I can actually remove the bigger green box if it's a little bit helpful to see on your eyes, because that position is activated. Just do this. It'll deactivate that bigger green box. See if we can get that bearish flood now to push down. Nothing new on the stocks. We did get a box hit on Amazon, so we could get a new bearish confirmation here shortly. Gold and silver. Silver's now going the opposite direction of gold, so just be careful. We did get a new bearish confirmation on oil if you missed the first position. DXY and Forex are barely budging. Crypto, you're getting some more bearish momentum now, which is fantastic. Come back over here. And that would be probably just the gist of PCE. No, won't get much more than that. It tends to be a more chill event, as we were talking about earlier. But see if we can get these shorts to keep flooding. Be great if this can push. There goes another new low on that current candle. If we can just push lower before New York even opens, we could be done with our position, and you don't even have to play New York. You can just take your profit, turn the screen off, go enjoy the rest of your day. Again, the average move with the retail trader is usually about 5 to 10 points, and our average move is right around 65, so right around 10 to 15x the average retail trader's move. Again, the move on NQ is 65 handles. Most people are just trying to get 5 handles out of the NQ. Or at least that's what they're taught. We don't do that here. We play for bigger. Looks like gold's pushing down even more again. Yeah. Oil's pushing down again too to help out the plays. Push, push, push. So is Russell. Now we got another new low on QQQ. True Algo members, this is what I teach you guys about when we're building confluence. Do you see how everything is short, 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 short? So nothing is like signaling to go up, and that's where, when it comes to sizing, this is where I size differently to start it out. And then you don't have to have it go as far, but because you've sized it differently. And also the stop is real close too, which is nice and comfortable. Almost every stop is smaller than the average, except for the NQ, it's an average stop. And that way, this way, you don't have to force it to be a full win. Aziz, I don't know what you mean, bud. So ask your question differently. Right now, when news gets released, no one knows if it's like if the PCE that was just released into the markets. One, it's instantaneous, right? So people don't even know if it was going to be taken bullish or bearish. They're just guessing. The only thing that we do with our system is, with all these news releases, our stats and data are taken from all of these events. So our system said to be in a short 15 minutes before PCE. That's quite zoomed out on the NQ there. 15 minutes before PCE released. So that's why you saw that we had shorts activated across all these assets. So our system predicted that we would have a bearish PCE, but that's because it's predicted that we were going to be in shorts already. If we did not hit any boxes, then our system would have told us to be neutral for the PCE release. But we had shorts that were activated, as you can see. Russell play is getting better. Getting Amazon to play ball. It'd be nice if Microsoft and Apple could turn it up, but neither one of them are going to have a confirmation if it does. Crypto folks, Ethereum just hit take profit 1. This is our full average. Like, our average move is 1.9%, which is about a $43 move, give or take, on ETH. But crypto folks, just note, you just hit take profit. Like, we have 2 take profits. The next box, or the average win, which you see here. And it's whichever one comes first. And whichever one comes first, then the only other take profit is the opposite of that. So in this case, this is take profit 1. It's a smaller move, so it's potential that you could start reversing bullish here off that box if you get a bullish confirmation, just like you had earlier during the London and Asia session. Sweet. So I answered your question, Aziz. It simplifies things a lot. Like, everyone's trying to guess what CPI or NFP, FOMC. Those are the bigger news-related events that really can push price aggressively when they release. And everyone always thinks like, oh, well, with FOMC, if they lower the rates, prices are going to be bullish. And that's not true. We've had many FOMCs, and you guys can go back and look at it. Go back 2 years ago when they were adjusting rates. And every time they lowered rates or they raised rates, don't be surprised if price did the opposite of what the presumption is of how markets are going to react, because they don't care about that. They know retail traders are going to get taken advantage of. So for us, we just take positions based off of where our system is, and it makes it easier to predict which direction the news events are going to push, because our system already had the confirmations. And if it didn't, we would have been neutral. Like an example would be on the stocks. You see over here, Apple is neutral. That's why the N is up there. Same thing with Microsoft. So we can't do anything on those 2 assets. Same thing with Amazon. So if we were right here, right now, on the index futures or any other asset, we would be doing nothing. And that also helps us be consistent. Hopefully the lag is not too bad over on the YouTube side. I know they put in a 10-second delay. Those longs went crazy yesterday. We do have daily bearish targets too. You'll see these little, let me pop the stats up for you. Come on. For some reason, it's not clicking, so give me a second. There we go. Show stats. Show stats. We actually have them on all three. Probably have them on every single asset. Show stat. That's not the right one. Show stats. So for the New York session today, and you guys might want to listen to this little key tidbit. Hold on, let me zoom over this way. There is an 82% chance during the New York session, specifically during New York today, that we're going to get right there. That's more than the average move, by the way. The NQ, there is a 80% chance that we're going to get here during the New York session. And that would be fantastic because that's well over 150 handles to get down there. The US 30, much better predictor on this. The US 30, there's a 88.7% chance. Yes, it's that specific, that during that New York session, we are going to get down. Sorry that the NQ keeps doing that. The US 30 has an 88.7% chance it's going to get to this area right here. So watch for those daily scalp targets by True Algo. And then you'll see there's one below it called our active daily beacon. And it has just a slightly lower hit rate. So 79% chance on the ES, 72% chance on the NQ, 82% chance there on the US 30. But because that is so close to the current daily scalp target, which has a higher hit rate, I would just be gunning for that one, the first one to be hit. The second one would just be a bonus. But the first one is all valid too because it's in front of the next box, True Algo members, on all three of those assets. I'm sure Russell has the same thing. Yeah, Russell's is right here. And then there's an 82% chance that Russell will get down all the way to that point, and that would exceed the average win too, which is something that we want. Short's still going good so far. Adam, short and gold, having a great day. Congrats, buddy. Yep, and you're down again, re-hitting level 6. Congrats, buddy. Oil's pushing down again on those new shorts. Again, what I mean is if you missed the initial entrance on oil or if you took profit at the 50% point, True Algo members, that is a new activation on oil. And it's literally the same entrance point too, like the exact same position 2 times now. But Adam, congrats on gold. And this is one of those times like on gold, it's the only thing I would do is like have runners and let them run. I wouldn't be like trying to enter in new positions through here. And True Algo members, be careful. When we get to no man's land, you're letting shorts run. You're not trying to add into new positions down here in that area. But Adam, congrats. I know playing that volatility isn't always the easiest thing when we're trending. And you guys can see, like, let me show you this real quick. Come on. You'll see there's going to be a dashboard that pops up in just a second right here. And it's going to say red on red, both for the daily and the weekly system. Right here in the center of my screen, you can already see it on silver, but there it is right there. So the daily system, we're trending bearish. That's why it's red. And on the weekly system, we're trending bearish. And if you're someone who's like on a phone or iPad, you can actually make, where's it at? Make this smaller with directional candles too, if you don't want to have the words or you want it to look smaller on your screen. Or you can break it like I just did. TradingView is not being very nice today. You'll see as this pops back up, there will be red directional candles, not candles, sorry, arrows to help guide you just like that. There you go. And there you go, ranging. And then these are the stats still for the average wins. But again, there should be no longs on gold. You guys should just be trailing and then let the stops trail and just let it keep flowing down, or just take your profit and move on for the rest of your day. Again, beautiful moves by the system with shorts. back on the index side. See if we can get a new low here on the Bitcoin idea. If you're not a True Algo member, just you True Algo members, you guys know that that's not the stop where the current play is on Bitcoin. It has to extend through the other side of the box. So just be prepared for retracement. NVIDIA going well so far. QQQ is putting in a new low, which means the NQ should be putting in a new low as well here in a second. Let me get over to your questions, Antonio. Regarding those little symbols you're discussing, what does the active column mean in the charts? The little symbols, these daily scalp and daily beacon targets, we also have weekly and intermediate ones as well, but I'll just focus on the daily ones. The active just means those are the ones that have been missed. So we have one that's activated that you see right now, and then there's been 5 others that have been missed over 3 months of trading. So you can see like we don't have a 100% hit rate on them. On this asset over a 3-month period, there's a 92% hit rate. It's really, really good, right? But that's over 3 months. But what matters is the day 1 hit percent. So day 1 hit rate is 82%. That's why I'm telling you today there's an 82% chance the shorts are going to get here. 88% on US 30 over there. But active just means how many have not been cleared over 3 months. But when you tell somebody, hey man, there's only 5 that haven't been cleared in 3 months, like that's really good. It's very helpful. And that's why that other stat is there to help you. And then I'm reading the last things that you were saying, Adam. Adam is one of our current members, by the way, guys. What you notice how like I'm talking to him and answering questions, not just for him, but for everybody. But we help you guys like this every day live. So when you ask questions, you get answers. I know, don't work too hard, bud. You are still pretty active in here, which is really cool. And isn't there a sale going on right now? How long does that last? Yeah, there is let me actually, I can post a little bit of the details right here. Give me 1 second, everybody. We're doing our anniversary sale right now. 50% off the annual plan. Right here. I gotta find the right window. I don't think it's gonna let me post that much of a text message now. Let's try this. This right here. See if it posts. Voila, that thing. So there's 50% off, and then the details for it are right here. See if this is too much text or not. Thanks you guys right now we're waiting for the close. There's a close in 1 minute, but nothing will have changed. That's one of the best parts about our system is you don't have to stress those small time frames. That's the full details. Get rid of this. Sign in on the right account. But yeah, the sale should be going on for the rest of the month. Rest of this month, and I think the team said, I don't handle the marketing side. Should be through the middle of the week of next week. So up till July 4th. And then True Algo members, reminder that we have a brand new quarterly open, a semi-annual open, and a new monthly open coming. So you guys can see that we're at a new candle print and currently getting a little bit of retracement on the current positions. And you'll see the same thing across the entire board. Microsoft and Amazon still pushing, or Microsoft and Apple pushing down a little bit, which is helpful. We did get a bearish confirmation for Amazon over here on the left side of the screen. So now Amazon at New York Open is going to be looking for puts as well. Gold did just put in another new low. Oil put in another new low as well. There's no new confirmations on these assets. They're just, the candles are continuing. We trade them on a bigger time frame. And then you can see Forex is, at the moment, is currently failing. You don't win on every position. One of the things that's a little bit of a red flag right now is DXY is going the same direction as index futures. Crypto folks, not a new low on ETH, but a new low on Bitcoin. Get back over on this side. Excuse me. Just a bunch of hurry up and waiting at the moment. I think oil just put in a new low. Yeah, it did 2 minutes ago. Get the Forex stuff off for a new activation. That DXY, though, is failing on the Forex side. Amazon pushing up a little bullish. All 4 of these are starting to form a little bit of a bullish candle, which means the index plays are going to retrace. Trying to see how far the NQ, 31 handles so far on the NQ idea. That is almost the halfway point. So see if we just linger here, retrace a little bit, do something like this to get to these targets would be fantastic. The only thing we don't want is this to happen, everybody. Watch this. We don't want this where it and then fails. That would be not the best thing, which is possible. So that would be a long into a short. We'll see what happens. Why does NQ keep doing that? It's getting annoying. Sorry, guys. There we go. Sorry, I'm back. All right. Jeremy, hope you're doing well, bud. Jeremy is one of our OGs. Thank you for answering. Steve, I can actually show you. Right now, looking like we're about to get a new low on the crypto side. I'll put the other assets on the right side of the screen, Steven. But yeah, it does. So let me show you Doge. They should all look bearish too, by the way, with our system. Which one is the right one at this point? This one right here. That is not the right one, sorry. This should be the right one. So you'll see this is Doge over here on the right side, and it is available. And then you said SHIB. SHIB is in there too. Crypto, I think we're up to like 90 coins that we put in there. We don't put everything just because it's definitely overkill. To have that many. I don't think it's the swap version. This shouldn't be it. Yep. There's SHIB for you there. Sol, all those things are in there. And crypto, we usually add more assets based off of the True Algo members asking. So if you have other coins that you want to be added, including all the not so friendly names for me to say out loud, they are in there too. Yeah, I just show you the main ones on these streams because it would be too many coins to go through. You know what I mean? But you can feel free to ask me at any point in the stream and I'll pop up other coins for you. Just let me know. See if we can get a new low on these index ideas. Exactly, Jeremy. And then Adam, let me read your message. Sorry if I didn't miss it. Yeah, that's what I was asking you about that. I don't think there has to be like a set number of ideas that anyone takes within a day, but the one person taking 75 to 100 trades or 200 trades a day to someone taking 5 to 7, it just depends on your setup. I think our system allows a lot of lower stress. I mean, you guys see it here. There could be people who have taken 6 or 8 trades already, and I can't deal with that type of stress. And instead, we are in our shorts. We hold them for the right reasons. We're trying to get to our average position wins. Again, the position you see on here, this is not random. This is 16 and a half handles. If you guys multiply 16.5 times 60 or times 4, which is each individual tick of a handle, that's equals 66, which is the average win. So much lower stress, more mechanical in your ideas, less of emotions of getting in your way. Just see the Amazon, everything getting a little bit better now. Just need Apple and Microsoft to pour in shorts. Let me get rid of this N. We're no longer neutral on Amazon on the left side of our screen. We are in shorts. Man, it takes a real kind of beast to trade on a tick chart or trade on that 1 minute. Or I saw a video thumbnail yesterday of trading on the 15-second chart, and I'm just like, man, if you can do it, man, I'm happy for you. It's just, it's not something. There's a reason why 95% of traders lose over 6 to 9 months. And if you talk to traders, if the majority of traders you talk to trade on small time frames, then that tells you right away not to trade on small time frames, right? Because your goal is to beat the 95%. So don't do what they do. A lot of times when people join our system, I mean, you guys see it here, like the shorts playing out, low stress environment. People would tell us before they even get here that, 15-minute time frame, this is too large. You can't trade on that. You're not going to win. It's like, listen, man, 1, you don't know our system, but 2, go talk to everybody you know in trading. And when they say that they all trade on the 1, 3, and 5, that's what a lot of people do. They use like the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute. They're talking about different confirmations, conflicts, and then their indicator or system that they use, even if you don't use indicators, but use price action. The price action looks completely different on the 1 minute than it does on the 5 minute. So you're constantly battling yourself. And so you're always having to cherry pick which thing works. And for us, we just use the same system every day, the same strategy, and try to be low stress on the 15-minute time frame, unless you're on assets outside of index futures and stocks, and those are on the 30-minute time frame. But people say it doesn't work, right? But look at gold. I mean, play the 30-minute time frame and go from 33.26 to the next close is an $18 move on gold. That's more than what most people get. Most people are trying to get a $2 to $3 move out of gold. And then the second short on gold was $24.08 an ounce. Most people can't get more than $3 on gold. And this is a 30-minute time frame, and it's low stress, man. Trading is stressful. You don't want to add stress to it, you know? Good morning, Jason. Hope you're doing well, bud. You didn't miss much so far. We're in short activations before the PCE release, which was about 25 minutes your time. So Steven's asking, do we also have... Yeah. So, Steven, before you join on our website, if you go through the asset classes, it'll tell you all the things that we are coded to, because we don't code everything because it's too time intensive for what we do here. It's not automatic, and plus the stat collection. So, but like you can see over here, this is the SPY. If you want to play the SPY, we also have SPX coded. This is QQQ. So if you like to play ETFs or options, those are available. I have 4 of the top 7 in front of you, right? Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. But if you want to play AMD, Google, Meta, MicroStrategy, if you're a crypto person and you want to play the options side, those are all available. So there's a full list on the website. We did just put in another new low on the shorts. Antonio, he's in our Discord. He's one of the people who make this thing work. Yeah, Adam, that's tough, man, when the prop firms do that to you. Another reason why for people could look at options as they get further in their trading careers, because options, you don't have to worry about stuff like that, about getting denied a payout. Got another new low on gold just a second ago. Shorts are pouring in now on the crypto side. New low on Bitcoin, new low on ETH. Again, the average is almost a 2% move. We want to get ETH down to here, all the way down to 2,400, but you're going to get a new activation if ETH closes below here. So we would have a new position anyways. But crypto folks, you guys can see the shorts playing out. The biggest thing that you guys are watching right now, do you see how I float between assets with low stress? We do this every day with members. But like, look, so far, winning, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's moot, right? 7, so 7 for 8 if you want to count that Amazon's retracing right now. 9 on gold. You can say we're moot on oil since it did put in a new low, but now it's retracing. So that's 9 for 11. And then the Forex side, that was 9 for 12. No play on the pound, 9 for 13. And then 10 for 14, 11 for 15. And then also SHIB pushing down now too. So 12 for 16. And then ironically, if you look at our win rates, most of our win rates are between 70 to 80%. And right now, go ahead and divide 12 by 16 and let me know what number you get. You're not going to win on every single thing. It's an impossible task. And if you guys are trying to find a system that doesn't lose, you're also in an impossible task. So, yeah. One of the coolest things is blowing between all these asset classes and then seeing, as of right now, we're 12 for 16 on our plays live, which is exactly 75%, which is what the win rate is. So it's really cool to see the stats playing out live, not in hindsight, not randomly picking a chart. I mean, you saw, what is his name, Steven asking about crypto coins. You guys can ask for more. I'll keep pulling up coins, and we can see how many of them are losing like crazy or how many of them are continuing to bounce between our boxes. Adam, my friend, it scares me when I see those videos. I mean, I get why they do it. Like, I apologize to all of you that are here that want fireworks and want to see $10,000 moves in 3 seconds and look at our trading setup and look at my Lamborghini. It's like, one, people who are really good and make a lot of money don't do stuff like that. Like, and then one of the biggest red flags you can have, if any one of those people you see also have an affiliate link, that's a pretty good sign that they're not a trader. So, something to be aware of, man. But yeah, we don't do that. We try to be realistic, especially for those of you guys, because I mean, all of you, most people like are in here. Don't you guys have jobs? So like you're busy. And so you're not going to be that person, and you need a system that is conducive to like your lifestyle, where you're working, you can wait for alerts, you can wait for a thing to get activated, you can set your idea and move on, versus trying to high frequency trade on a 1 minute time frame when you're also working a 9 to 5 is damn near impossible. You know what I mean? Aziz, I'm not going to say that coin out loud, but I will pop it up for you. It is in there. And then I'm not sure if it's going to pop up on the swap version, but I know it's there. The coin names that they have. Does anyone know or can tell me? I don't float through all the crypto coins. What's the actual name for it? I can't believe I'm typing this. There it is, live on. I'm just laughing. This is what I meant by like the names on crypto. So on this one, the only thing you had, it's really cool. Aziz, if you're here, bud, you see this one little hit of the box right there? But on top of this, there's some other cool stuff to show you. When we started today, there was an 89% chance you would go bullish to hit that target. And then there was a 79% chance you would go bullish to hit that one. After hitting our box right at the Asia Open, producing the long position, and then having you have a win. And man, like, even though I hate the name of some of these coins, I mean, you guys can see here, this, again, guys, we're talking about no leverage. That's a 7% move in your favor with no leverage. And by the way, no retracement basically on your position too. So you asked for the coin. As long as we have it, I'll show it. But huge wins. But again, that's a 7% move in your favor. So I'm sure a lot of you crypto folks, when you're playing these altcoins, probably the more ridiculous the name, the bigger the move is from box to box. We did get another new low on the NQ. So hey guys, a couple of things have changed just slightly here. So on the NQ now, watch this. We've currently pushed down live on stream 42.5 handles. Our average win is 65 handles, so we've exceeded 50%. So if you're someone who's worried about volatility, you would now take your stop in practice and shift it to break even. Does that make sense? That way you protect your idea so you're not worried about losing. But right now what you guys are seeing live is the point of getting to this daily scalp target, that goal, where the True Algo system says there's an 80% chance we're going to get here during this New York session that's going to open. And now we're seeing that happen. You know what I mean? And you have to see the system live to believe it. I know you guys, those of you that are on our Discord side, you see us post all the time the active plays that we're doing with our members live on stream. But you guys keep seeing this, like people are like, man, I got to see it work. I got to see it work. I'll watch our YouTube stream. Our YouTube streams are all on there. It's not like we cherry pick which ones to put on there. When this stream is finished, it's going to be on there and then you can watch it back. And it's just really cool that you can see if what we say happens is happening live. And I give you over 42 handles live on the NQ. There are people in this chat that are not members, and you guys know I'm not lying. You were taught from other places, you're just trying to scoop up 5 handles. That is, again, do the math. It's almost 10x the average move that you take by being on the nice, chill 15-minute time frame with our system. You guys can see new lows on the QQQ, new lows on SPY. Russell's the only one that's in retracement against the position, not against the position, you know what I mean? But it's just currently pushing up against. And then the good thing, remember what I was saying earlier, if we could get some more downward momentum on Apple and Microsoft, it could flood the markets with shorts, which is what we want. Gold with another new low. That's now 33. Oil retracing against the position at the moment. Oh my gosh. DXY is now neutral. Potential new bearish flip on that. Crypto folks, this is a new activation down here on ETH. Right here. That's what I meant by like you're not going to get to the average. One of the positions played out on ETH, and now you have a new activation down here for the idea. I'm going to check Tether real quick. Sorry that I'm moving the abrasive name that is, I'm not going to say it on this good old crypto side. Like in the direction that the SQ is going, True Algo members. That SQ is filling its gap, which would allow the NQ to get to its average move. There's the flood right now. That's over 50 handles now on the NQ. Points, whatever you guys want to call it. Just want to show you live. You can call it out. 53 handles live. With no retracement, by the way, on the live stream too. Yeah, Steven, on the crypto coin that you're talking about, there's no new move on that one. Right now, you're just holding the longs to the next box above. You can't short that coin. You can short other coins, but not that one right now. And as far as like when you should exit, I mean, if the coin has moved 7% in your favor, I mean, you could use other things to take profit. You could use the open as a take profit because it's already gotten there. But I mean, for me, if the coin has moved 7% in my favor with no leverage, that's probably a really good time to secure some profit. you could trail the rest to the next box above. But right now, Bitcoin and ETH are starting to flip bearish, you know what I mean? And so there's just the potential, or sorry, they are bearish, that coin can start to struggle. Now, if ETH can get a bullish confirmation up here and then maybe total 2 or total 3, then that could help support your idea for pushing that up to the next box for that coin. We got another new low on the ES idea over here on the left side of our screen, guys. US 30 and Russell are the ones that are fighting the current shorts at the moment. You see the Russell over here. New low on the QQQ, $1 move. New low on the SPY. If we do push down like we were talking about and you're a gap person where you're going to not wait till New York opens in 30 minutes, we got the shorts up there, which is what we're trying to teach you with our system. It gives you the move before everyone else is waiting for it to happen. But just so you guys know, it is impossible now for the NQ to be a loss. And I'm pretty sure even if you're not a member, we can all agree that when a play gives you 53 handles live with no stress, and the average retail trader gets 5 handles, again, 10x the average move, it's hard to say that you would let that come back as a loss. So congrats. We just put another new low on the ES idea. I'm still here, just not talking. You're welcome, Steven. And for the rest of you, like True Algo members, you guys can call me out. How good has this week been? And more importantly, how good has the live stream help and education been? And also my win rate, just live on the stream. And I'm counting from Friday of last week. I think I'm right around like 90% win rate right now, just live on the stream. And all these streams are when the stream is done, we put the video onto the website. We have a learning platform. So let's say you weren't able to watch the live stream today, you can then watch it back at your leisure if you missed anything. And also you could look for things to call us out if you think we're lying. So it's fantastic. We did just get another new low on the ES play, which means SPY is pushing down further. Yep, there's another new low on SPY. Fill this gap. If we fill this gap here on SPY at New York Open, then you will exceed the average win on both the ES and the NQ. Again, our average is 16.5 handles, 65 handles on the NQ. But what's better, in order to fill that gap, we're going to clear our targets right here. Again, reminder, there's an 80% chance to get here, and there's an 82% chance to get there. So, and that is much further than the average win, and I'll take it. US 30 has the higher hit rate, 88% chance, almost 89% chance it's going to flood bearish all the way to that point too. You guys see what Adam just said? And he's a newer member. Adam has seen, I think, Adam, didn't you first meet us on these YouTube streams? And then he can call, like he's calling it now. Like what you see here is what we do, we try to do every day. Like every now and then we'll go like on a vacation or something like that, or we're traveling and we don't have a chance to go live. But I mean, we've been live every day this week, Monday through Friday, every single session for anywhere from 90 to almost 175 minutes being available for members. So Steven says this seems to be a big move on futures. So Steven, are you talking about index futures right now? And this is one of those things just to sort of show you guys the difference with us compared to other places. This is the size move that most people are trying to get right there. That's it. And I'm not trying to play some magic trick. You can ask, like everybody that's in here, can you guys be honest? What is your average move that you do on the NQ or the ES before you meet us? That's the average move that they're trying to get. This is our average move, and I'm not lying to you guys, because if you take 260 ticks and divide by 4, that'll give you the handles, and it's 65 handles. So when we tell you that our system teaches you how to hold your wins longer, You guys are watching it live. You can call it out if you don't believe it. Like, it's right here in front of you. That's the difference that we're trying to teach people. And then I know, Steven, you were asking about crypto. On the crypto side, the average move on ETH is almost 2%. And then the average move on Bitcoin is 1.68%. Okay? The bigger the altcoin, the higher the average move is going to be because they move more on average. And we don't supply stats for every single asset because it's a pretty painstaking process to collect the stats. So for all those crypto coins, it's just easier for some of those weird name ones to just use from box to box, like you were saying or asking earlier. Three minutes from the next close. Amazon's still holding its own. By the way, part of the bearish move that kicked in just now, you guys see Apple over here. Sorry, Microsoft. Microsoft is number one in both the ES and the NQ as far as market cap, so it has the most influence. And then for me, from a take profit perspective, Apple, oh my gosh, I keep saying Apple. Microsoft did hit a major take profit just now at that box. And if Microsoft then flips into a bullish candle and closes bullish, it can hurt the short positions that we're already in. Remember, we've already gone over 50 handles on that NQ idea, but we need Microsoft now to keep shifting lower and put in a bearish confirmation below this box. That will cause another big flood of shorts. But for me, because we're already short on Amazon, we're already short on NVIDIA, we can allow the neutralness on Apple to play out. That should flood us down to our targets down here. Down here, guys. Today's just, it is a trifecta, but even more so. Because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different things telling us to go short 15 minutes before PCE, and now you guys see it play out. But you are correct, it is a trifecta because the ES, NQ, and US 30 were all confirmed. Yeah, so Steven, the fear about huge losses, I'm going to test our members. So can you guys help Steven? If he's worried about losses being big, what's his real problem? It's not the loss tick amount being big. What's the problem with what he's doing? And this is my way, because we are an educational system, guys. We're here to educate and entertain. I want to see if the members will answer the question correctly. They'll tell you what your real problem is, Steven. And this is what you should have been taught from whatever you've been doing before. There's a delay here, so I have to wait for their their answer with YouTube. And Aziz is correct. And you'll see other people fill it into the thank you guys, I appreciate it. Marcos is one of our current members, as is Adam. Yeah, so sizing is the problem, Steven. You guys are all taught to do this, right? Like, let me show you. This is what people lie to you, and they say do that. You know what I mean? Or let's try to be a little more realistic with their lies. Let's say something like this. You know what I mean? And they're lying to you because what they're telling you in this play, when someone says they have an 8R or 13R is another number I see a lot, they're telling you, hey, you have to be okay losing 7 plays in a row before ever winning one, just by having that small stop loss. And guess what? Hedge funds and the people who actually can have size to move markets, they don't trade with this type of stop that you've been taught from other places. That's not realistic. So your problem is sizing. So our retracement strategy is to teach you when you get that first confirmation to wait for some type of retracement. That's why we actually give you the average retracement. Remember, guys, if you go back to start the stream, I think the number was 13, if I remember correctly. Let's see if my memory's still good. Boom. Look, when you first open this position, there's up to an average of 20 ticks of it to retrace against you. And it retraced 13. So when you get terrified of it retracing against you, we're already prepared for up to 20 on average on every single position. And so that's where you could enter in another one. Though we suggest you wait for it to close. That way, in case it does become a loss, you don't add into the loss up there, or if it retraces and closes right here, then you can essentially create a sniper entrance or an entrance that looks more close to what those people try to sell you. That doesn't work. You see how it's the same position, but this one's a 6.5R. Your sizing and risk management is the issue, and this is what we're here to help you with. But what everyone else teaches you is they're teaching you sizing and risk management on candles that aren't moving. It's fake. They're lying. They're cherry picking something to fit a narrative, and we don't do that. We do this live. And so you'll learn a whole lot about how to do these things and make live decisions. And guess what? Every decision will never be the same. We're very close about the strategy being exact, but when you're on live candles, man, and let's say that the NQ, like yesterday, one of them was confirmed one way and one of them was confirmed the other, and we had to wait till they both said the same direction, and then we played it. So the strategy is still the same because they're confluence assets, but most importantly, we're trying to teach you in live environments. You guys know that, man. You watch some YouTube video, some mentorship, something where they sold you, and you're like, my goodness, this video, they're so good at what they're doing. Yeah, have them do it live and then watch reality hit. That's why when you are live, it doesn't work anymore. It's not because you can't do it. It's because the system doesn't work live, and ours does, and you guys can call it out now if it doesn't. Thank you guys for answering the questions. I appreciate you. See what I was talking about on Microsoft. That's why you're seeing a little bit of bullishness kick in again, because Microsoft hit our box from a take profit standpoint. And if Microsoft produces in 12 minutes right at New York Open, if it produces a green candle above this box, or even where it is right now, that's a bullish confirmation. And again, Microsoft is the biggest influence on the stock market. It can cause us to start pushing up at New York Open, at least at the start of it. That's what you're seeing right now. Steven, you see me covering options, and I'll keep updating you on options. I think options from a practice standpoint is better for people to practice than what you're saying, because options are just like prop firms, everybody. The amount of money that you put into an options play, again, only from a practice and demo trade. We're here to educate and entertain. But if you put $50 into an options call, you can only lose those $50. You can't lose everything in your account. But with options, the play doesn't usually ever go to zero. You can even get out when it's down 30, 40%. But we cover the same options plays you're seeing right now, bud. We teach people to practice on micros, not minis, so it's already 10x less the leverage against you on index futures. Again, that's just from a teaching standpoint. We are very strict about our educational and entertainment purposes only. We just demo and paper trade. About 10 minutes away from that New York Open. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Something tells me like eventually once after New York's open, a candle or two, I'll be jumping off here. And if we linger in this area, I'll jump off stream and then we're going to get that. It's usually the running joke that we have. No, Didacious. So people usually call points like a handle, which a handle is, I guess an easier way to say it would be a $1 move on this asset. So when it retraced 13 ticks, you see this number right here. I know it's really small on your screen. That was a $3 move against the asset. So the full retracement average would be a $5 move against the asset. Or points. Ticks are not how people, I guess, verbalize the move on index futures. They usually use points or points or handles. The average number you see is tick-based, which you just divide that number by 4, and it will give you the point. And Steven, as you're talking about that, you're correct, which is why you'll notice on the stock side, we don't, from a live perspective, I don't show the weekly system. I'm showing just the daily system so that people can react on the option side just using the shortest plays possible. That way you put that in your favor. Again, look over here. See this big green box? Or look at another asset class. Let me show you. This big red box here is the weekly system. Crypto might be the easiest. See this yellow box over here? And then yellow down here? Those are the weekly systems on those assets. So from a live perspective, I help members on the options side. You see all these assets for the stocks? I turn off the weekly system so that they don't have to fight theta and that time decay against your positions. We just use the daily system and try to move quickly in and out so that doesn't affect us as much. Today's Friday, right? So the options are really cheap. But if you have to hold it throughout the entire session, your option play is going to zero. So we take that into consideration. Because again, you got to think about a live session, right? For options folks, if you're going to help them, you have to take those Greeks into account. If not, you're not going to help them. So I got you, man. You're welcome. And Steven, I know I've seen you on here before. You're welcome to jump over to our Discord and you can ask all these people here. You know, everyone else says, like, if you join, they're going to help you. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, you can, even if you're not a member right now, and I'll pin this, just say hello to me and you can ask questions and I'll assist you. Like, we actually help here. I know it's weird. I know people say that, but you can ask the members right now if I'm lying. Send me a DM and I will answer the question. I'm not going to answer it while we're live streaming, obviously, but you will get help if you're here. See that Microsoft still being a little bit of a pain. Gold with another new low, oil retracing against at the moment. Gold is now pushed down $37 an ounce of gold. Whew. Crazy. Crypto folks lingering now. About 5.5 minutes from New York Open at the moment. Just waiting for this candle to close. Gonna be a little boring. Excuse me. I'm still here. Just trying not to bore people. NVIDIA popping back up to the initial entrance area. That dashboard's going to bother me. Gold put in another new low. Almost $40 an ounce. Woo! Trying to see if, should have copper, platinum, they should all be selling off pretty good. Just trying to see if this is a copper here in the middle of our screen, if there was a sell opportunity from our system in any of these bearish confirmation areas as we wait for it to load. You guys see on gold, like it's beautiful. Look at copper. Absolutely beautiful. There's your, man, you could have shorted the exact high today too. We do provide the stats on copper. Average win on copper is 48 points. Good Lord. And then look at it. Zoom. And then if you missed that, there was another short there. And if you missed that, there was another one there. There was a long lost. Well, I don't know. It depends. how many points you got. There was a long right here. Still went 50% of the average. But look at that, man. Short all the way from the high. Platinum will be down too. So again, you're waiting for the boxes to load. You're trying to envision what it looks like. Like, did True Algo put boxes in this area or a box that extends through this? Just to allow you an opportunity to get into the shorts. It's still loading. See how good the system is. I might have broke the boxes here in a second. Come on, TradingView. Look at those daily scalp targets and beacons all getting cleared. Yeah, you can see right here is where it started. Didn't get a short from the high on platinum. I know a lot of you guys don't play platinum, but you can see right here. And then you got into the red short city. So wordies on the ES, which is the, I can't actually, now I'm realizing how to pronounce your actual name. I don't know how to answer your question because I think you're in a different time zone than the Eastern Standard Time, which is this is what it's reflecting. The first short was at, or maybe you're in Mountain Time. The first short was at 8 a.m. Eastern, which I guess that's 6 a.m. for you. And then that next candle at 8:30 was a new short if you missed the first one. But your stats have to be pulled. You can't use a 16.5 handle move from there. You have to use it from the initial idea. I think that's what you're asking. Like, could you have shorted that? And the answer is yes, because that is a new activation if you missed the first one. New York's going to pop here in 2 minutes. So I guessed right. Yeah. So if you missed that first initial entrance, you could have gotten in on that second one. But reminder, the stats that you see here reflect that first position, not the second one. So you're trying to get here on the short that you took right there. See if that NQ right here at New York Open can flood to our win. Reminder, guys, 80% chance we're going to flood bearish to this target. 82% on the ES bearish to that target. 89% chance that the US 30 is going to flood bearish to that. That's throughout the New York session. It doesn't mean as soon as New York opens, it's going to go down. We could get a bullish move here at New York Open, and that just is what it is. You know what I mean? All of you gap-filled people would be liking for us to push down anyways, though you guys have seen live that we're already in the ideas. Woo, Microsoft being aggressive. Yeah, one of the things that's impressive right now is how bullish these candles are. You can see how big the move is on Microsoft, but the indexes didn't budge, which is really good. That just means shorts are strong. You're welcome. And then oil, nope, it's going to be in retracement still on this close right here at New York Open.